COVID-19 has been a real bitch to all the actors and the arts out there in general. And so for this year, it's been awesome. I've had a real uptick in some of the biggest roles that I've ever had, and most important roles, really.
Can you share what those roles might be?
I've had to sign non-disclosure agreements for both series, but one series is for Disney Plus, and so I'm working on that. And one series, I'll give a hint, is in its final season. I'm very, very proud of the work that I've been able to do in the last few years, stepping outside of daytime. Obviously, daytime has been a huge part of my career. It was the very beginning. It was the foundation. I started when I was 17 years old. I'm 42. It was only a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. But you really have to, no matter what, job you're in, and you're starting a whole new medium or a whole other career, it takes time. The whole thing takes time. You have to reevaluate. You have to restructure your team. You have to know, what kind of projects you want to go after. And I realized at that point, there was specific blinders of the kind of projects that I wanted, and it was TV, but it was primetime TV, and so it's taken time to, I don't want to say convince, but actually make the rounds to the casting directors, let them see me again, get familiar with me again, see me outside of daytime television, and because daytime is such a great storytelling medium. It's there's a new play that's every single day, Monday through Friday, and it's great. It's a great way to hone your skills, keep your skills, start off as an actor. It's been an absolute blessing to me. I mean, I had 7 nominations while I was doing it. I've always enjoyed the challenge of doing 60 pages a day sometimes. It's amazing. It's an amazing medium.
Hi, I'm Candace Mack of JLJ Media's audio soap Forever and a Day, Take 2 Radio, and Soap Party 411. Here are some reasons why I love this genre. Name another genre that's been around for 90 years. I'll wait. It's gone from radio to television to digital back to audio. By the way, all you fandoms out there, yes, I'm talking to DC, Marvel, and Star Wars fans, you're welcome, because soaps provided some of the greatest characters from there that's gone on to the fandom. Just saying. It's also a genre that made us believe in true love. After surviving cloning, time traveling, saving the world, vampires, don't forget about being buried alive. Did I mention cloning too? It's also a genre that's always been there through the good, the bad, and the WTF moments. It's always there, just like family.
But felt the need to definitely break outside, at least for the time being. And, who knows? Anything's possible down the road. But right now, I'm feeling good about where I'm at. I'm just glad that I was able to do daytime as long as I have.
Yeah, because there's no better training ground as an actor to get into the boot camp of acting. I think it was Wally Kurth that called it, they're the blue collar workers of the industry because you are in the grind, and that training can take you to places. I mean, you look at, the late Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan, they were on All My Children around the same time you were. And they, decided to take that leap just like you have. And it's so great to see people, and you see that training in it, because you can't do that daily grind without that training from All My Children or General Hospital. And it's just so great to see, because a lot of these actors you may, recognize from your favorite movies, but if they're, say, Australian or British, they were on soaps there. It's not just the American soaps, guys. All these people are getting training. Canada has their own soaps too. All those CW superheroes, they were on those. They were on Heartland.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amanda Kimmel.
And I'm Shannon Coach.
And we're the hosts of Tier 54, a General Hospital fan podcast.
Each week, we release 2 new episodes. On Mondays, we recap last week's episodes of GH, And on Thursdays, we do the Port Charles 411, where we dig deep into different subjects like characters, storylines, chat with other fans, and even cast members.
You can find us on most major platforms, including iTunes, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and many more. Or you can check out our website at pier54podcast.com.
You can also find us on most social media channels. Just look for Pier 54, a General Hospital fan podcast.
We look forward to you joining us every week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye!
Bye!
No, it's so true. I mean, and a lot of people don't realize even nighttime serials are soap operas. It's they're shot in a studio, they're shot on multiple cameras. It just happens to have a slightly different feel, and a little bit more money behind it each episode, obviously. So but it is, if the storyline is the story is a story. It still plays the same way. It's got a cliffhanger. You got to wait till the next episode. But we're just pumping out 5 times a week, maybe even up to 8, 9 episodes in a week. The fact that it even still can be as good as it is it's kudos to all the actors, because everybody's out there just grinding. It's a grind. That's one thing I have a lot of respect for is the writers. They were able to push out that much material. Soaps keep living. They keep going, and they just continue to keep growing. There's a fan base. It's funny, you watch when one show has gone off the air, the fan base goes over to this other show. Seen like stuff that, like people, they're like, well, I used to watch that one, but when it went off the air and you went over to this show, I moved over to this show. And so it's nice because it's still that same family, and and people, they just they want to be told that daily story. And again, I'm just glad that I've been a part of it for so many years.
Watch The Doctors is moving, and you're going to love the new location. Download It's Real Good TV to join your friends from Hope Memorial. Available online and all your devices. Already a Doctors subscriber? Then there's an email headed your way with a coupon code for free access, plus special bonuses for starting your new account on It's Real Good TV. Haven't gotten your email? Don't worry, you will soon. For details, visit itsrealgoodtv.com.
I've been consistent within the top 20 for TV and film on Apple for my podcast, Real Conversations with Jacob Young. And it's just been great. It's been fantastic. It's been such a whole new sort of wheelhouse for me to get into. And I'm really thankful for the people that have been a part of the podcast. Because yes, of course, Eva was on the podcast. LaRue, she was on here. Cameron Matheson. I've done some of the soap folks and a little bit of everything. Musicians, country music stars. And we're just kind of hitting the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more to go. And as the ratings and the downloads just keep popping in, I'm starting to get bigger and bigger people, or just, variety. Because that's the whole thing. I don't want to be focused on one thing. I want it to be a little bit of everything. I want to touch, because, people that might not know me from soaps, they might find me on a podcast and go, who the hell is this guy? And because I'm talking to an NFL star. Somebody who's made a career in NFL or NHL or Major League Baseball. So I kind of want to touch a little bit of everything and give everybody the opportunity. It is a mental health podcast. I ask some of the hard questions, lifting the veil off of the shame of mental health. I know I've dealt with my own battle of mental health for years, and it's kind of interesting, especially with COVID, just how many people have become more open. I think COVID's been a blessing in a lot of ways, because people have been home and had a lot of time to think about their lives and evaluating, gosh, I miss, just going out to a baseball game or going out to visit my friends. Regardless, there's lots of great advice. And on the other side of the podcast, of course, I have the manager of the Boys Town National Hotline, Chris Hallstrom. She gets on afterwards. So it's a second part. It's part 1, part 2 of every episode. And we talk about some of the good points. And Boys Town, which has been around since the Great Depression. Boys Town was an Oscar award-winning movie with Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney. It's all about Father Flanagan, who Spencer Tracy portrays. And during the Great Depression, a lot of these boys were sent out to go fend for themselves. They were 7, 8, 9 years old. But if they were lucky enough to find Father Flanagan, he took them in. And they've been going ever since. They've been saving children, boys and girls, for over 100 years. Amazing. And so that was how this particular podcast came about. So I'm so proud to be a part of Boys Town, and Boys Town a part of me. It's not only part of me, as far as being a foster kid at one point in my life, but able to hopefully save a life. Coming to, this in a couple weeks, I have Adam Jacobs, who was Aladdin on Broadway.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was in The Lion King. He was Aladdin on Broadway. So he's going to be on the show in the next couple weeks. Yeah, it's Real Conversations with Jacob Young. And it's anywhere and everywhere you can download or find a podcast, whatever source, Google Play, or whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcast, or absolutely everywhere. And eventually, I'm going to release the unedited videos to YouTube. So it's only been an audio podcast, but I have all the videos as well. So eventually, I'll be releasing all of those on YouTube, of course, with the permission of all of my guests. But there's some fun moments that, of course, that are not on this podcast.
The future of television is here, and it's Real Good TV. Download the It's Real Good TV app now on Roku, Apple, and Android devices, or stream online at itsrealgoodtv.com. And get instant access to hundreds of shows from 5 different networks. That's right, all of your favorite shows in one place. Free to download, free to watch. Watch on demand or stream one of our live TV networks in real time. Start watching today, because it's Real Good TV.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, Jacob, and thank you so much for being a part of SoapCon Live. When can they meet you?
Well, so I guess May 9th is the date, right? Is it Mother's Day?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mother's Day, May 9th. Everybody, who's interested, come one, come all, come hang out with me. Looking forward to meeting everybody or seeing familiar faces that I've met over the years. And of course, we've got autographs that are going to be available, right? And we've got some video greetings that we can do.
Yeah, so it's those 3 things. You can meet Jacob on Mother's Day. That's May 9th. We have autographs with Jacob as well as video greetings. And if you guys get those video greetings in by May 7th, you can use promo code Mother's Day to send that greeting to your mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, well, we all like savings, don't we? And it's worth it because you're going to be hanging out with me.
Of course.
Thank you so much for having me on. And I'm looking forward again, everybody. Come out, meet us.